You have a manner of irresistible desperation about you. I like it.
That pack of goblins will be on us any second! You let goblins here?
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
There are children here, you fool! We was running for our lives.
You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
It's you, from the ship. Haven't taken any bounties from a burnt tear dink, have you?
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. I put a lot of effort into that last video, so I'm super duper excited to continue with Cordia and Dirge's story. So just a quick recap. In the last video, Cordia and her team, Team A, helped to defend the Druid's Grove against a goblin attack. Aradin and his little group of explorers had accidentally led the goblins to the camp, yeah, there was a bit of a confrontation between Aradin and the leader of the Tiefling refugees, who is called Zevlor. We did find Zorru for Lae'zel, who'd seen some other Githyanki, so hopefully we can go and track those down at some point, but that's not going to be happening today. What else? We also recruited Will. Now, Will has told us that he's actually trying to chase and track down a devil. And then Team B actually went and found this devil who's actually a tiefling. So there's some potential conflict there and we'll kind of see how that plays out. But yeah, let's jump back into it. Let's keep exploring Druid's Grove. So I think the most important thing to do right now is to go ahead and get Gale to get his cat out, because Gale is a cat person and I just like the idea of Gale having a little cat to kind of like follow him around. So there we go. I think we actually just scared the children. I don't see a collar. Can I keep it? Oh, the children are interested in the cat. Kitty. Oh, I don't know why they're all clipping into each other. Oopsie daisy. I didn't realise that the cat was going to be such a distraction. I didn't know that was going to happen. Any questions, children? They're all just totally distracted by this cat. I didn't know that was a thing. Again, every time I play this game, something new happens and it's just really exciting to me. There we go. They're going back to the job now. They're not distracted by the cat anymore, okay? Yeah, I want to continue chatting to Will. Now, I did just give him a very, very quick makeover. I've changed his camp clothes because I don't really like them very much. And yeah, so he's just wearing one of these nice white shirts to kind of coordinate with the whole beach vibe.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
How does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
Do you know, like, I see a bit of a conflict there because we were not in the Nine Hells on the Nautiloid for very long. So whether the Nautiloid entered the Nine Hells and left it again, and then like that's when we ended up on board it, or if like in that scramble, in that really short moment that we were there, like that's when Karlach got on board. But then like how did they both get infected with Mind Flayers in that really short space of time while the ship was crashing? That doesn't make sense to me. Like Larian, like the story's confusing. Will, I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach may be taking, the damage she might be doing. Yeah, he really believes that Karlach is evil. I'm going to say, it's not exactly easy to journey to the Hells from the Sword Coast. How did you manage it?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
Bit suspicious. Let's move on to other matters.
All right. What else is on your mind?
You're pretty. I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
I love that line, lifetime friends and calmer days. It sounds like Shakespeare to me. I'm a cleric, so I have this option to lean in and examine the eye more closely.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone, used to confer with distant contacts.
Bit suspicious, if you ask me. Isn't your eye a sending stone?
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you. A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
His face there, he was like, nope, nothing suspicious here. Okay, enter his mind. What isn't he telling you? I'm not going to do that because then I don't think he'll like that. I think he'll fall out with me. It's like an invasion of privacy, right? He'll tell me in his own time when he's good and ready. So I'm going to say, all right then, let's change this. I'm going to say, all right then, let's change the subject.
Gladly. What else is on your mind?
Tell me, Will, how did you come to be the Blade of the Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
This is why we don't like goblins. Have you noticed like the stuff appearing and disappearing in the background? I could have chosen a different spot to talk to him, but we're here now. What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
My hero. I'm part of Will's fan club now. I used to think he was a bit boring and a bit pompous, like a bit like all about himself. Like same, I can relate. I'm kind of crushing on him now. All the companions are so hot. I don't know what to tell you. And before that,
Baldur's Gate, born and raised, the only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
Really? I'm from Baldur's Gate too. We should go back there together. I don't suppose you've come across an expert healer in your travels?
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads.
Same.
From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
Let's go. Okay, leave. Let's go and check out a little bit more about what is going on in Druid's Grove.
What about my tail?
Okay.
Use that too. Your entire body is a weapon.
We're exposed now. Wicked.
That's so cute. Okay, let's talk to Asherak.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
They're so cute. Like, I understand this. They're just children. Why are you teaching them to fight? And it makes me really sad to see children having to be taught how to fight. I don't think it's not right. Kids should be kids. They shouldn't have to worry about like evils in the world. But I do see that it's necessary to teach them at least how to defend themselves, at least like how to, you know, do enough pain to kind of run away. You know, in the situation that they're in. But I do have a special option here. Because I'm a Sildarine drow, I have, you must outsmart and outmaneuver. Your greatest weapon is your cunning.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Yeah, that's pretty good advice. They're after the cat again.
Remember, you have
That's
teeth
so funny.
and claws. Use them.
They're just completely distracted by the cat. Gail's cat was a mistake, guys. I don't know what to say. Let's talk to some of these kids. Umi.
Any questions?
Right. Go for the heart.
Oh, he's such a reluctant little
Your
fighter.
blades up.
Like, again, like, they need to know how to defend themselves in case they get into trouble. But, you know, I don't think they should be, like, forced to fight if they don't want to.
Next time the goblins come, I'll be ready.
Don't push it, kid. If you see trouble, then run. Only fight if you have to.
And that is solid advice as well. Like, you are a kid, no matter how... And kids think they're really brave, and kids think they're really strong, and they can handle... Like, they can take on the world, and sadly they can't all the time. And, yeah, I think that's good advice. Like, you just run. You just hit hard and run. Okay, this kid, Gan.
This is boring. We should train against real goblins.
Careful where you're swinging that sword, boy. Like, there's this guy training as well, Guex. This would be me, basically.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing.
Interesting technique. Are you having some trouble?
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Fun fact, my character in the campaign that I'm doing kind of with my family right now is a Sildarine drow. She's a cleric of Elistery, but she is a druid first. Like, she's subclassed as a cleric, and she can't wield a sword. So she's got this really cool, like, moon sword. And she can't wield it. She's too weak. So she's having to, like, learn and do training in, like, weaponry to kind of get that proficiency. Okay. We need to be ready for a fight, but I'm useless with the sword. Just because he's got a posh voice doesn't mean that he can't learn to fight, okay? My character is proof of that. Maybe he'd be better as, like, a sorcerer. I don't know. Like, maybe he should join the wizards. No wonder you're struggling. You've no balance. Space your feet further apart. Okay, we've got a roll for this. Wife, guide me. We did it. We're all right. We did it. Excellent.
I'll try and brace them better. Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
What? What are you giving me? One last thing. Don't shout your moves like that. Spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
I got Will's approval there. Will approves of my good fighting advice. Keep training. In time, you'll make short work of any goblins.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin.
That
But
is
I'll
not
keep at
okay.
it. Thank you.
I am not okay with that. I'm going to have words with those druids eventually. Leave. Okay. Lae'zel's inspired.
Swing,
Amazing.
swivel and wait.
Alright, so hopefully he's going to survive a little bit better now due to our excellent advice.
One more time.
We've got a battle axe. Nice. Let's keep exploring. I think where I want to go now is to talk to these people here.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
You should all stay. A single blade could make a difference. Like, I think they're safer as a big group, you know, rather than going off, like, one by one. Let's use Advantage Friends, which is my cantrip, so it's free to use. I can use it as many times as I want, I think. Easy peasy. There we go, look at that, 18.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zergan. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Roland.
I don't understand the relationship between these three. Like, I don't... They kind of give sibling vibes.
Thunder wave.
Keep the goblins out forever.
Depends.
This is no
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they give sibling vibes, but also I'm like... I don't know. In my head, they're a threesome, basically. In my head, they're in an open relationship. So make of that what you will. This guy is a trader, and I'm going to come back to him once we've visited camp. But there's one or two things I want to do first. Like, look at this big statue.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
So Sylvanus is like the druid god. He's like the oak father. So he's kind of like a nature god. Let's go out here and have a quick look in these boxes. Is there anything I can make use of? Look down there, that's where you can see the actual grove itself. No, I don't think I need a frumpy hat. I think I'll leave that stuff. But I will take these camp supplies. Okay. So this is where we came in. I think I'm going to go up this way. And normally, if you go up here right away, normally the guy who got kind of attacked by the arrow is kind of here, and the people are kind of mourning him and you can talk to them. But because I've already entered Druid's Grove, they've took the time to bury him over here. Yeah, his little grave is there, which is really nice. I like that, you know, the game mechanics take that into account, you know, the initial death and the grieving, and then like the burial. Like, that's cool, like, you know, environmental progression. Come back, lady, I wanted to talk to you.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
I want to say, sounds like you've crossed paths with Aradin before.
Yeah, when he ran off with the druid that saved our hides the first time. Without Halsin, this grove's not so friendly, I'll tell you that. Crisis after another.
Okay, so this Halsin guy, people seem to have a lot to say about him. He seems to be quite important to the Grove, but he's currently missing. So we'll find out more about that. Let's talk to this person here, Elegis.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs.
I'm not scared of a few goblins. You could hold off a horde of goblins from this position.
Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better.
How far are we from the city?
If the road was clear, 10 days walk, maybe. But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
Okay, so 10 days walk from home, basically. We want to go to Baldur's Gate because that's where my character's from. So yeah, gonna take a while, I think. Might have to do some goblin clearing from the paths. Let's talk to Rika.
Glad you were here for those goblins. Picked one off yesterday myself. Shot her through the throat. Well, that should have killed her, but she kept gasping. Clawing at the arrow.
Taking a life always has a cost. You have to feel it or you'll lose who you are.
I had the same thought. And it's just going to keep happening.
Okay. So the people kind of protecting the front gate are not trained fighters. They are not, they're not very well prepared, they're not very well trained, so they're fighting and defending the grove because they have to, more than anything else. Okay, let's, if you can see as well, I'm not leveling up Will yet. There is a reason for that, which I'll explain later, but let's go ahead and kind of like go up here and see what we can find. Oh god, this guy's creeping up on this woman. Okay, we need to save them. Right, what do I want to do? I am not feeling very prepared. I can't get up close enough to hit him with like my staff. So I think, how much health has he got? He's got 27 health, Bugbear Assassin. I am gonna try and magic missile him. The reason I'm doing this is it has a 100% chance of hitting him, and if I level up to level 2, it's gonna give me 4 projectiles instead of 3, and that can potentially do 20 damage if I roll high. So yeah, I feel like I definitely want to intervene and not allow this guy to hit the lady. We did quite a decent amount of damage there. We rolled pretty high. The lowest we got was a 3. So he only has 10 hit points left. I can't do anything there with my sorcery points yet. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use Sanctuary on this lady. That means he's not going to be able to attack her, so I can protect her. Okay, and then I just kind of want to get up in between them both, and that's my move. Will
favors the fearless.
Will has Eldritch Blast, which is curious if you know anything about Eldritch Blast. He's got an interesting spell there. Let's go ahead. Oh, he missed. Oh no. Okay, come up. We're going to do the same. We're going to run and try and get in between this lady and protect her. If I could get closer, he does have a bonus action Flourish, which is an attack, but he's not close enough. I can't close that gap right now. I could have used a potion of speed, but it's just one guy. I don't feel like I want to waste them. Gale's cat, you just hang out. You just hide, mate. It's okay. You don't have to fight. You just go into the shadows. Okay.
Fancy their chances.
Gale. I'm going to get him to come up to get some high ground.
Of course.
Again, just to kind of protect him because he is a glass cannon. And although, to be fair, Will has the least amount of hit points in this group right now. He also has Magic Missile, and he can also do it at level 2. I feel like we might get this like just with a level 1. Yeah, there we go. We saved the lady. Amazing. Let's go and check out what the Bugbear has on him. Nice. He's got this Morning Star, which I think actually might do a little bit more damage than the mace that Shadowheart currently has. So her mace is currently doing 2 to 7 damage. Oh, we've got a couple of these actually, and this does 2 to 9 damage, and it has Tenacity as well, which says when you miss an attack, you deal 1 bludgeoning damage anyway. So that's the difference between a miss, and if that person has like 1 hit point, you could potentially take them out. So that can make a big difference. I'm going to take that for Shadowheart. Okay, let's talk to this lady and find out what exactly is going on with her. Nadira.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. But too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
What is it with everybody and the discrimination in this game? Like, I'm sorry, but you are a tiefling. Like, the stench of Avernus is probably on you as well. Like, I was only there temporarily. Okay, so she's a bit defensive. I've been to Avernus, but I'm no devil's servant.
Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
I just told you, I've just been there. I feel like she'd be honest. A mind flayer abducted me and its ship went straight to Avernus. Okay, we need to convince her here. Shadowheart, guide me. Easy. Nat 20, critical success, let's go.
Well, that's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But a fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
Cool, thanks.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
Yeah, so soul coins are basically literally the devil's money, right? The devil's currency. It's what they use in Avernus to trade with. They literally contain a soul. Yeah, there's a bit more kind of lore around that, which we wouldn't necessarily know at this point. Let's go ahead. Why am I Gale right now? Let's go ahead and use this telescope.
You peer through the telescope.
Is that a bird? The funny thing is, like this morning, there was a really weird noise outside my window and I thought it was a fox. It sounded, you know, that squeaky sound that foxes make. And so I was really excited and I got up and I grabbed my phone because I wanted to like take like a video of it. And as I kind of got to the window, it was a bird or something on my roof, and it kind of like flew off, but it sounded just like a fox. And I was like, I don't know, because I know that kind of, I've got birds in the area, right? Like crows, pigeons, seagulls. I don't know what that bird was or like why it was making that noise. It was freaky. Maybe this isn't a bird. I don't know. Let's take a closer look. Focus the telescope on the distant object, trying to get a clear view. Yeah, that was no bird. That was a little dragon boy, wasn't it?
You see a dragon circling like a bird of prey, hunting.
What we can deduce from this, though, is we know that the Githyanki are dragon riders, and we're looking for the Githyanki crash, right? Zorru told us that there were Githyanki in the area, so if we go towards the dragon, we might find the Githyanki crash, because, yeah, that's legit logic. But let's see, so he kind of went to the left, so let's try and move the telescope.
The telescope
to the
points
left,
to
right?
the left.
That's just the Nautiloid. Move it back to the right.
The telescope points to the right.
That looks like a new building. I don't think we've been there yet, so maybe that's something we can check out in the future. Okay. Let's go. Nice to meet you, Nadira. Hopefully you'll be less salty in the future. I think I want to go down. Actually, do you know what? Before we continue, I think I want to go ahead and use my Speak with Animals spell, because we're in the Druids Grove. Druids have a lot of animals. I want to chat to them. Let's go. Let's go this way. Past the bugbear. Rippy dip. And see if there's anything down here. Oh, a little blood prints. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. I must have ran through the blood and now I've got like blood prints, like on my footprints. Oh, that's gross. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to use Alt to see if there's anything.
Something over there.
I guess we'll dig that up. Apparently I have a shovel now. I don't remember where I got it from, but it took me a while to find it. Let's check in here. Okay, oh that's nice. So Potion of Supreme Healing, Potion of Superior Healing, Elixir of Battle Mage's Power. A drink to increase the effectiveness of your spells. You'll gain Arcane Acuity. Replaces effects from other... So that, I think Arcane Acuity means that we've got a better chance of hitting our target. So like a better percentage of hitting. And we have a +1 bonus to our spell, attack rolls, and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. I don't know. I don't understand, but but hopefully it's good. Let's take it. We'll use that if we're like getting into like a big fight. Okay. Here we go. Our first little animal friend who we can chat to in this episode, Timber.
I have something to ask.
Good name for a squirrel. Cute little guy.
Get out!
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
Excuse me? Calm down. I'm a friend.
You barged in without an invitation. I wouldn't call that friendly.
See, you're in my territory, and I want you gone.
So cute. He's so cute. I am glad I'm meeting him as me and not Dirge, though. Some of you may know why. If you like animals and want to protect them, don't meet this animal with Dirge. There's plenty of room for both of us. I can use animal friendship, but that's a spell slot, and so I don't think I need to. It's only DC of 10. I'm going to use my advantage, which is free, and my guidance from Shadowheart. There you go, nat 20. Bingo bango, let's go.
How about this? You can stay if you keep those ugly feet on the ground. I'll even sweeten the pot. Found some weird smelling stuff on the ground. You can keep it, but these trees are mine. Follow the rules and I won't have to intervene. Got it?
Okay, you can keep your trees. Okay, I like this. He's given us a hyena ear, and this gives us a potion of speed. And you know I like my potion of speed now, so I really like this. If we can find more hyena ears anywhere, I think that's going to be really, really useful. Yes, thank you. That was a great gift. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Is there anything else around here? If I just use Alt to kind of check my area. Oh, there's a lever. Okay, maybe we want to head down and talk to the druids. Check out this ritual that they're doing.
Won't budge.
No, not working right now. We'll have to find another way down. Let's go around this way. So we've kind of come full circle at this point. If I just kind of zoom out, this is the gate where you enter the Druid's Grove. We went up this way, and then we kind of went up that hill and kind of back down and around. So that's that area kind of fully explored, I think, unless any of you want to correct me, because I probably am missing stuff. And I think now what I want to do next is head to this trader. So let's go back to camp and pick up our goods. So big fan of inventory sortage in this game and keeping everything neat and tidy so it's easier to find and kind of know what you do and don't have. And I do have these crates which I'm using for trading. So I'll go ahead and take what I can from here. Let me just actually... I'm actually going to quickly tidy up. So I want to put anything that's particularly useful into my my own little backpack. And I think what I'm going to do is actually send all the scrolls to Gale. So I think I do have some scrolls in my backpack. Look here. Yeah, scrolls can go to Gale. He can be scroll guy, just to save myself some weight there. Type, there we go. And yeah, I think a lot of this I can basically sell. I'm going to put the hyena ear in my alchemy pouch. But yeah, I don't think I necessarily... I might keep that shield. I'll just drag it over. I've actually already got 2 soul coins, which we got from the tomb. I believe there's 3 soul coins that you can find in that crypt that we explored, and I must have missed one. But that's fine. I think we've got more than enough for now. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually just sell a lot of this stuff. I want to keep my shovel, and I'm going to send the poison to Astarion, because he's my poisoner. Okay, cool. I think I'm happy to sell those. So I'm going to go ahead and grab as much of this as I can without being encumbered. And yeah, we'll do a little spot of trading. I'm also going to send these to Shadowheart, just because she's a bit stronger than I am. And yeah, we're set to go and speak to the trader. Let's go and speak to Aaron. I have mixed feelings about this guy, if I'm honest.
Refugees, adventurers, and even a drow. No one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met, and thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
And even a drow? How rude. Are you really locking down the grove?
I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day.
But what about the people here?
We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels.
You just said the region is overrun by monsters. They won't survive by themselves.
As I said, it's a drastic measure. But the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone.
You're druids. I'm quite sure that you can use some plant magic and grow some extra food. Okay, I am looking for a healer.
I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers. But I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon.
Like, I don't feel like Aaron is a terrible person. He is not the worst, right? He's probably a pretty decent person most of the time, but his home is under threat and he cares deeply about Druid's Grove and the druids. He's kind of like putting priority on their survival, and he clearly cares about the tieflings, but, you know, he's in a situation where it's like, if it's them or us, you know, either we save the druids or, like, we all run out of food. I understand why he has the attitude that he has, even if I don't agree with it, because I sort of feel like there's no way that I would turf those tieflings out, you know? I'd be like, yeah, let's, you know, join forces, you know, and take on these goblins, but I just don't like him very much. Like, he's not, I don't know, he annoys me. And then when you say, what are you selling? Like,
Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Okay, just some bits and bobs I no longer need. Now, I do have mods installed, so you're going to see some extra stuff in here, and I am actually going to use a lot of the extra stuff. Some of you may feel like that's a little bit cheaty, but again, I have completed the game in vanilla, right? I've completed the game without any mods or CC. I've done a few different playthroughs, and this is the way that I like to play. So with it being my perfect playthrough, I do want to kind of share some little tips with you. Okay, so trading in Baldur's Gate, I don't feel like it's very balanced. The traders start with this attitude of 0, which gives you a minus discount of 25%. So throughout the game, you meet a lot of different traders, and it can be quite hard to get their attitude up to you. And the way to do that is actually to give them things for free. So you have to give them things for free to get a discount. And I feel like a lot of the time you don't get the right value for the items that you sell to them. And I feel like the items that they're selling to you as well are overcharged. And yeah, I just don't feel like it's as balanced as it could be, because we've just saved Druid's Grove from a goblin attack. You think his attitude would be a bit more favorable to us. So I have a problem with traders. And yeah, I might cheat the system a little bit, but I'll just show you this. So if we go to barter instead of trade, I'm just going to give him some of these items that are kind of like household items, you know, cauldrons, chopping boards, cutlery, because, you know, maybe they can make some use out of that. Even the bones and the skulls, maybe they can use that for broth or something. So I'm going to put all these items in here, like milk cans, you know, anything that I think might be useful. Again, because it's a roleplay game, it doesn't really matter, but I like to trade with like the right items for the right trader. So yeah, to me it's like, oh, I've got all these useful pots and pans and things, maybe you can make use of them, and I'm just gonna donate them, right? Like, help the refugees, help the Druid's Grove, they're in trouble, and I'm just going to go ahead and barter. And then it says, you won't receive any gold from this trade, are you sure you wish to proceed? Yes. And so now you can see, because I've given him a load of stuff for free, his attitude has increased to me, but it's still not that great. Actually, discount minus 32%, is that what that says? So, I don't know. Something that you can do in Baldur's Gate is you can pickpocket people, right? You can steal from people. So if you've got someone like Astarion with good sleight of hand, you can pickpocket. But when you pickpocket the traders, you don't get access to all the items, I don't believe. You only get like the 5 most valuable items. So I'm saying 5 and holding up 4. So again, based on the principle that stealing is an option in the game, based on the belief that we need these items to save the world and they're not actually going to do any good sitting in an NPC's inventory, I'm going to teach you how to hack the system. I hope they don't patch this out because I love this so much. So there's a reason why I've been picking up like burlap sacks and backpacks. I'm going to just go ahead and barter this and give him a burlap sack for free. And then I'm going to go ahead and take it back off him and open it up in this in his part of the trader thing. And I'm just going to put any items that I like into there. I'm going to grab these health potions. I'm not going to take everything. I'm not going to be like too greedy, but I do want some of these arrows. Arrow of acid, arrow of darkness. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take all those arrows. I'm going to take this scroll of conjure minor elemental. Then we've got some like special items here. So Dragon's Grasp sounds particularly interesting. Rain Dancer, Spell Thief, the Sparkler, and the Spell Sprinkler. So these are like special weapons that do more damage or have special spells attached to them. I'm going to put those in there. And then I'm going to grab these rings. There's a few different rings here. And the gloves of missile snaring. And I'm going to come back and kind of like explore some of these armors later. We are going to get a few more opportunities to trade with Aaron, so we don't need everything right now, but I do want to go ahead and take this camp supply pack and some of the dyes. So here's the hack, and again, you could take everything out of his inventory if you wanted to. So now that I've got everything that I want in this burlap sack, I'm going to go ahead and get a backpack, and it has to be a backpack. It won't work if you accidentally grab something like the camp supply pack, so it has to be like a general inventory item. But go ahead and open that, and then you're going to grab everything by using the shift key. So click the first item, use the shift key, scroll down and click the last item, and then everything should be selected, and you can just grab it and drop it. Now don't drop it here because that is going to charge you, but if you drop it into this little panel at the top, we've now got everything in our inventory for free. So it is a hack, but listen, the traders kind of overcharge. It's a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a dagger to trade and get my little burlap sack back. So there we go. Okay, thank you.
Sylvanas, guide your path.
Sometimes it does catch you and you get arrested for stealing, but most of the time it works. So just be careful like how much you use it. Let's have a quick look at what this book is. So there you go, you can have a read of that if you want to, just kind of pause while that is open up on the screen. And I do recommend just opening a lot of the books, especially the ones that are lying around, because it can help you with history checks and things. Okay, so this is Zorru.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Zorru's the guy who Lae'zel made bow in the last episode.
Goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
Should be back in the gate by now.
Okay, so these are the people that were that ran to the gate when the goblins attacked. So let's have a chat with them. Ramira.
Damn goblins.
You should probably get that looked at.
Oh, I was just gonna let it fall off, stick it in my satchel. Ain't letting anyone here near me. They all sat and watched while Zevlor near got us killed.
He let you in, didn't he? It could have been worse.
Oh, very gracious of you. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe, but not a bloody goblin nest. Most would have turned tail at the sight, but not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard.
I'm gonna say, I'm guessing that didn't end well.
Nah. He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone.
Okay, so we're gonna have to look out for him. So this, are they druids? I feel like they're druids. Well, they're humans. I don't know. We're gonna have to look out for this Liam guy and see if we can find him anywhere, and you know, potentially rescue him. Let's go up here.
Damn this. Damn them. Damn everything. Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
So the kids just pickpocketed him.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it. How stupid are you?
Kid, you've been caught red-handed, dude. Just hand it back. Let's speak to Bath.
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I've never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head.
Sir, don't you dare lay a finger on that child.
You threatening me?
You're the one making threats To a child, pull yourself together. Not on my watch, mate. Like, I don't care. Like, we'll speak to him, right? We'll speak to him, we'll get him to give it back, but threatening a child with violence is not okay. Crit success. The game agrees with me.
You don't understand. The kid stole my locket.
Oh, I understand.
He... Oh, the hell's with this? These little devils get away with everything because of coddling bastards like you.
You'll get yours someday. I hope I get to see it.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
Cheeky little kid, right? We'll talk to him, we'll get his locket back, it'll be fine. Let's go and talk to Barth and try and calm him down a little bit.
Everyone needs to cut their teeth sometime.
Cut his teeth? For his sake, I hope he's dead already.
Thanks to you, that kid is my locket. My mum gave that to me on her deathbed. Get out of my face. Got nothing to say to you.
Like, sir, okay, I understand that he's angry. I totally understand why he's angry. The kid stole his locket that his mum gave to him on his deathbed. But overreacting like that and threatening a child with violence and being like, you'll get yours and I want to see it. Like, don't be a fucking dick, mate. You're an adult, right? It's a child. Pull yourself together. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. I've not had breakfast yet. Here, let's have a quick look at this book. There you go, you can read that if you like. And then I think we should talk to Eralyne. He's very handsome.
If it ain't the friendly drow. Thought you were with the goblins when you showed up at the gate. Glad you weren't. You fight well. Not like them bloody tieflings.
So again, like, people are expecting the drow to be bad, right? They have a reputation for being quite bloodthirsty. So he assumed we were with the goblins. I think they like you less than they like me. It's almost impressive how detestable you are. He has a bad attitude. Like, the thing is, he's very pretty. He doesn't need to be such a dick, right? You fought well too. He could be like such a great character if he just didn't have such a bad attitude. You fought well too.
Half my crew are full of holes. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here. And losing track of the bloody druid.
Again, you can understand why he's stressed out. He's in a very stressful situation. He's lost this Halsin guy and people are going to blame him for it. You know, he's feeling a bit of aggression towards him and he's being defensive and angry about that. So again, like, my character would try and diffuse these situations. Who is the druid you lost track of?
Halsin. He's a leader around these parts. Or was. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it.
Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now.
Can I have a look at that contract?
Job's all yours, if you got a death wish.
There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic supposedly buried round these parts.
But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
Just tell me where to find the relic.
It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us.
I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk.
All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
So my thought process here is that if we take on this contract and go and follow the path to find this Night Song, then we might find Halsin. And Halsin is clearly a big peacekeeper for this place. He seems to have the respect of both the tieflings and the druids. So, you know, he might be able to kind of settle things down and create some peace and harmony. And, you know, it might be good to find him and bring him back, basically, is my thought process. I'm less interested in the money. Like, I am a noble drow, I have my own money if I can just get back to Baldur's Gate, so but I'm gonna say thanks and
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
See you there, mate. Okay, he's such a dick in Act 3.
Ain't leaving town for a good while after this.
Okay, let's go up here and talk to some characters that I absolutely love. I'm tired of talking to the arseholes. I want to talk to the nice ones. So this is Bex and Danis, and I love them so much. Oh, that's Will.
Well met.
Not you, Will.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Good luck to you both.
Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
A pint and a clean room would do me a world of good.
God, that sounds like heaven.
Won't be long now. One more trip, then we can really rest.
I suppose we'll start in the outer city. Get a little business going.
Your spiced tea is life-changing. And I can bake up almond cakes 20 at a time.
I love them so much. It's like...
Baldur's Gate. I speak their language.
My love, you were a caravan escort for 3 days. And you quit in the middle of your shift.
You sound like your father.
Well, it was his caravan.
I love them so much. They're so sweet. I love their relationship. They're so sweet to each other. And like, I love the hope that they have. They're like, you know, we're in a bad situation, but you know, things can get better. So, okay, let's go back down. Oh, we've got some books to read. There you go. You can have a read of those if you want to just kind of pause and scan those. I'm going to go and talk to a character who's going to give you some more context for what exactly is going on with the tieflings, like where they've come from and that sort of thing. So some of you might already know the lore because it's like D&D lore, but let's go ahead and talk to Damon.
Die if I met heroic and reeking of this place.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
The forge is holding on by a thread. Are you a smith?
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Okay, so to explain exactly what's going on with these tieflings, they weren't always tieflings. I believe they were actually like humans at one point. Correct me on that if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, who kind of know the lore of D&D really well. But Elturel was actually a place on the surface, and it kind of fell into like the territory of the Nine Hells. And I believe this is like where they all became tieflings. So it's actually a really horrible situation for them, like to basically have your whole home and community dragged into the Nine Hells. But clearly these guys have all escaped. I believe Elturel kind of actually did kind of get out of the Nine Hells, if I believe if I'm correct in thinking. But yeah, these guys, they're looking for a new home, which is why they're trying to travel to Baldur's Gate. And they clearly like being kicked out of Druid's Grove, which, you know, it's really sad for them, but that's kind of what's going on with them and their history. Let me see your wares. So he is a trader. Now, Damon, if you're trying to get in the good books of any traders and say you don't want to do the little cheat, Damon is worth investing in. So I'm going to go, let me see your wares, and then we're just going to give him all these weapons, basically. I'm going to give him all of these and the armor. Shadowheart had the armor, right? Yeah. So all these weapons, all this armor, and that's worth 500 gold pieces is what he's willing to pay for it. But I'm just going to give it him all for free. Now, the lower you can do this, like the lower level, the less it takes to get their attitude up. So I could technically do it with Will, because he's only like level 1. And I would have to give him less to get a good attitude, if that makes any sense. If you leave it till later in the game, you're going to have to give him more to get his attitude up. So do it when you're a low level, basically. But if I go ahead and barter, there you go. So his attitude is now 84%, and he's going to give me a 50% discount, which, again, if you're not interested in stealing stuff off them, is really, really good. But I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, Damon. I'm going to steal stuff off you. It's just, listen, it's just the way I'm going to do this. So I'm going to give him this burlap sack. I'm going to barter with him. Here we go. And then all the stuff I want, I'm going to put in this sack. One of the things I want is this big box of armor, which is a mod. Again, all my mods are in the description box down below. I'm not going to use this yet, but we might start to use it when we get to kind of like the Act 2 and later levels. My thing is, I want the modded items and I want extra stuff, but I want it to feel balanced. So I don't want anything that's too overpowered too early in the game. For example, those gloves that give you the level 5 spell telekinesis. We have got a scroll of telekinesis, but I don't know. I see it as like different things. Okay, I'm going to take some of these arrows. Arrow of Acid, Arcane Interference, Beast Slaying, Ice, Ilmater. Yeah, I'm going to take all those arrows for now. What else do I want? I'm going to take this Great Axe because I think I want to give that to Karlach. Halberd, I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm going to take this in +1 crossbow. This is a really good item to pick up. So if you can only get 1 or 2 items, if you're actually paying for them, the hunting short bow with Hunter's Mark, really good item. Definitely you want to grab that. And I also want this light hammer because it's a light item, so people who can dual wield might find that useful. I've also got this +1 short bow, so again, that's just going to give me a slight advantage on what I have already. And this spear as well, I don't feel like I need that. I think Gale's got a really good spear, so I don't think I'm going to end up using that one. Again, there's lots of armor to choose from, but I am going to look for something specific. Okay, so I want this fur collar breastplate, and this is from one of my mods. I believe it's this armor crate. I believe it's the items that are in here, but you can actually find them in the game and from traders, which I prefer to do rather than just getting them straight out of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. That is going to give us Hellcrawler. And what else have I got as well? So there is some decent armor here, and I definitely took advantage of this when I was doing my original playthrough, but for now I think I'm going to grab this as well, Mistral Chains shirt. For now I think I've got most of the stuff I want. I do want these 2 shields because again they're slightly safer than what I've got now, and I want some of this dye. Blue dye I'll take. For Gale, Muddy Red dye, that's a nice one. Ocean dye and sea green dye, I'll leave those. Okay, I'm going to open my backpack as well, and then I'm just going to grab all this stuff and pop it in there. Again, don't put it in the backpack itself, you want to put it on that icon at the top. And oh, missed some stuff, and there we go. That is all that stuff is now in my inventory. Amazing. And I do want to get my little burlap sack back, so I'm going to go ahead and give him maybe a little bit more than what that's worth, again, because I'm scamming him, but I'm not scamming him because I feel like the game scams me. That's my excuse for doing this. Okay, so across from Damon, we can find Roland, Cal, and Leah again. So let's talk to them again.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
You're doing the right thing. The tieflings need help.
And what about us? There's every chance we've doomed ourselves by helping these people. We will end up fodder for some goblin's blade, all because Leah insists on helping every wounded foe we see. Our best chance to make it to Baldur's Gate is on our own. This place is lost.
Hold on, why are you so eager to reach the city?
You are looking at Leroican's newest apprentice. Yes, that Leroican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
I've heard that name before. A young man, yes? Lives in Ramaz's tower in the upper city.
The very same.
Word in Waterdeep has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
Okay, so this is like the wizard thing of being like, I'm going to be the greatest wizard, I'm going to learn from great wizards. So Gale's into it as well, apparently. Even though he's got a reputation as being a bit of a cad, he's still eager to meet him. I'm going to say, listen, I don't want to insult him or rain on his parade. I'm just going to say, good idea. Powerful acquaintances never hurt.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after,
you have to look no further than yours truly.
Few can match me, in either magic or talent.
In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
I don't know, man.
I'd die if I met Leroican reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes. I'll have to burn them.
So it seems to be a very wizardy thing to be a little bit pompous, I guess. I don't know, I've not seen a lot of proof of his powers. I kind of like the idea of Gale and Roland having a bit of a wizard off in Act 1. That'd be really fun. Let's talk to Cal.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other. Also stab each other. Not sure what will come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
You're welcome. Actually, do you know what? Roland is level 3. What's Gale? So they're actually quite evenly matched. I wonder what his spells are. Let's have a look at him. Examine. Oh, he's got fire resistance. Oh, that's because he's a tiefling, right? I don't know. I reckon we could take him. Let's talk to Leah.
Those goblins will rue the day they chose to tangle with this grove. You and I will do some good here. I can feel it.
I like her spirit, you know? Okay, let's talk to this lady. So this is kind of like old lady corner, kind of looking after everybody, cooking some stuff in their cauldrons.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
Like, do you know what? It makes me proud that so many computer games use, like, northern accents as the voice actors. Like, I don't know, like, or, like, common English accents. I'm not going to say this slop is beneath me. I'm going to take a bowl. Listen, we take what we can get. We're on the road here.
Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
Where are the gnolls? Show me the gnolls. I want their ears for my potions of speed. Point me in the direction of the gnolls. There's another lady here, so let's go and talk to her. Oh, she's walking away. She doesn't want to talk to me. Auntie Ethel.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
She reminds me of my grandma. Let her fuss over you. Like, we've got this option here. I am magic. If I can't cure myself, nothing you concoct will. But I feel like that's rude, right? She's trying to help. We'll say, let her fuss over you.
Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
What is it exactly?
Oh, 'tis just a healing potion. Nothing fancy. Here.
Oh, thank you. She's giving us a
You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
I'm a drow. This is just my skin colour. I can't help it. I'm a pale girl. I've been better. It's difficult to explain.
Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Tell her. But if she pulls out a pot of oil, run.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
Oh, that's interesting. I normally get Shadowheart there. Shadowheart's like, I don't trust her. I don't tell her anything.
Something doesn't add up about this one. Don't tell her anything.
We're looking for a healer, and Will just encouraged us to talk to her. So if it was Shadowheart, I would have been more guarded, but Will just encouraged me. So I've got a mind flayer parasite in my head.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but... yes, I may have something at home.
You don't live here? Okay, so my intuition's tinkling now as well. Sorcerer, there is something strange about you.
Oh, whatever do you mean, Petal?
I'm gonna say you have magic, but it feels unusual. Are you a sorcerer too?
Not at all. Wouldn't have the patience for all that magical drama. I'm a simple woman, sweetie. Tea and potions are as exciting as it gets for these old bones. But enough nattering. I'll be heading home shortly. Here, let me mark it on your map. Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
Okay, so something suspicious about this lady. Shadowheart definitely doesn't trust her. And I think my drow spidey sense is tingling here. And I think what's setting it off is the fact that she's into lotions and potions, but she clearly hasn't used soap for a while. Something doesn't add up there. And where does she live? Like, hang on, let's look at the map. Like, here? Auntie Ethel's house is all the way over here? What's she doing at Druid's Grove? It's not safe out there. Like, why? What? Okay, let's have a look at this diary. Volo's Complete Guide to the Behaviour of Nymphs.
I am not grumpy.
There we go. Oh, he's mentioned Elminster. That's interesting. Gale, do you have anything to say about that? Okay. Let's keep going. Let's talk to this little rat guy here. Hello.
Stay back, or else.
Or else what, mate? Cordia would say, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Just get back. Ow! Oh, my tooth.
Let me take a look.
It's the front one. I chipped it on the evil thing.
What evil thing?
In the box. Follow me, I'll show you.
Okay, let's chase the rat. What box? What are you on about, little rat guy? This is where we made the guy bow. Okay, he's gone in there, but it's locked, so... I guess we're not going in there yet. I don't think Gale has the knock spell, and because it's red, if we did lockpick it, we'd get in trouble, potentially. So...
Water. My dagger.
I might try and find another way to get into that place. We might not be going in just yet. Oh, there's another book. A is for Azareth and Other Gods, number 6. Okay. Oh, it does mention Kalemvor. For Kalemvor, he tracks the dead. So someone else mentioned Kalemvor before. He's the god of the dead, the current god of the dead. He's kind of usurped. I think there's some kind of god of the dead usurpery going on, because I think originally it was Jurgle, whose temple we were in, and then there's like the Dead 3, and like now it's Kalemvor. I think that if I'm getting my lore correct, I think that's the way it goes. I do feel a little bit bad taking this food off the tieflings, but listen, we're gonna go out and deal with that goblin problem, so I feel like we need it more than you.
Goblins, druids, this grove is a death trap.
Right?
Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
There you go. She agrees. She agrees we should grab what we can and get out. But you know what? We're going to hopefully make it less of a death trap than it is right now. I'm just going to go back down and get these barrels.
We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy.
Okay. And this one here as well. Oh, book.
You're an idiot.
Let's have a quick look at it. Talking about Zariel as well. So Zariel is the leader of the first level of the 9 Hells. Alright, I think I'm going to also go up here next. Actually, no, let me come around this way. I'll talk to you in a second, little boy. I want to go and talk to this guy with the oxen.
swear that ox's gaze is following me.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk to this guy, Toron.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Oh, it's sad that they don't feel safe. Let's talk to Hungry Ox.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Okay, how about Bored Ox?
Another one. What are you under there then? Ant? Or ox?
What? That was my tummy. I'm hungry too. What are you talking about?
The keepers of this place. They change their form to fit their need. They become birds to hunt on the wing, bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Oh, it's so sad. Shiny bits? The tieflings put something in your hay?
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
So...
If we left, we could at least make
okay, so I guess we look in the hay for the shiny bits? Oh, shiny bits. I'll take it. What I want to do though, because I feel really bad for him, we'll take that. And then if I just open my camp supply pack, wherever it's gone there. Is it behind? I wish this wouldn't happen. I'm going to put an apple in there for him because like I feel like he needs a treat that's not just hay. So hopefully he'll find that later. That's entirely roleplay and storytelling. Like that is going to have no effect on the gameplay.
I'm going to kill 600.
But let's keep moving on. Let's talk to this little baby one, Strange Ox.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
There's something strange about this ox. What is it? Let's get some guidance, please, my wife. I rolled a 2. I didn't do it, no. Oh, I'm just going to continue. Try and close to him again.
Moo.
Something a bit sus about that guy, I think. Let's go talk to this little kid here, Donnie. I love Donnie, he's so sweet.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
Are you alright? Turn around to see what has his attention.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
Investigation. Search the rocks for an opening. Fingers crossed this works. Oh, not quite. No, I didn't do it. Okay, I'm going to use inspiration. I've got 4 to roll again on this because I really want to be able to do this. There we go. It worked that time.
You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
Okay, what I really like about Donnie is its representation of children dealing with trauma. Because sometimes if kids have had a traumatic experience, they go mute. And so Donnie is representation of a mute character. And I think that's a really cool thing to see in a video game. Yeah, I think he's really, really sweet. And, you know, I want to protect all these little tiefling babies with my whole heart. Like... See, he shouldn't, that's a bit of a mistake though, he shouldn't have that dialogue option because he doesn't talk, so that's a bit of an oversight, I think. He's talking to the cat, right? Or about the cat. Okay, I'm just going to untoggle myself for a second, ungroup, and I am going to go ahead and use my remaining spell slots on myself to get Enhanced Leap. And, oh, actually, I don't think that used my spell slot. Apparently that is a free spell. And then I'm going to jump over here to get to this chest. And we've got some gold, some rings, some nice stuff. I'll take it. And I'm actually going to take the wicker chest as well, just because it's going to be useful for sorting out my camp supplies. And then I'm going to jump back. There we go. So that does time out. It doesn't last until a long rest, but I've done what I needed to with it. And then I'm going to regroup. There we go. Okay, Donnie, anything else to say? Okay. Nice speaking to you as well, sweet little kid. Okay, let's go down here. So there is another entrance to this area up here, this little hole. So if you've got anyone who can use like gaseous form, I think, or maybe like turn into a small animal, you might be able to get through there. But I tend to use the route that you've seen me do. So this is where the kids are hiding out. I think they're so sweet. Here's the kid who hiding back here. This is the kid who just pickpocketed that guy. So let's talk to Melly.
You're blocking my light. Oh, I remember you. You're the one who helped me get away. You want something? Were you just here to stare at my forehead?
Yeah, I like that you have the option to stare at his forehead. Tell me the truth. The adventurer's locket. Do you have it?
Look, if I had it, would I tell you? This entire conversation is a waste of our time, don't you think? Now find yourself a maze and get lost. I'm busy.
Okay, let me explain something about myself. I love cheeky kids. I was actually going to be a teacher. I got onto a PGCE course. I did teacher training. I'm a level 3 teaching assistant. Yeah, the cheeky kids were always like,
I need new pockets.
I love them. I like, you can't have favourites when it comes to kids, but I love the cheeky kids, like the ones that would answer back, the ones that would question. And I think that's really, you know, I come from, again, talking about my grandma told me little girls should be seen and not heard, and if you look in the mirror too much, the devil will like look back, and like, or if you look in the what did she say, if you look in the mirror too much, you'll grow horns. Like, I want to be a tieflings are cool. Yeah, like things like smile sweetly to the shopkeeper, you know, he might give you extra sweets. And I just felt like, you know, the messaging of that from my grandma was from a culture that, you know, little girls should be seen and not heard. What's that about? So I teach my kids, like, make yourself heard, like, be a Karen, you know, speak up for yourself, demand things, because no one else is necessarily going to do that for you. And if you want to survive in life, you know, sometimes you need to be a little bit plucky. And so I love these kids, you know, they're in a situation where they haven't had the opportunity to be coddled, right? They are in survival mode, and it's taught them to be like street smart, right? And it's taught them to, you know, speak up and things, and I just really like them. I love the tiefling kids in this game, and I love that they're cheeky, and I love that they're, you know, standing up for themselves, and that can get them into trouble, right? So, you know, they've still got some learning to do, they've still got some life experience to gain about when to be cheeky and when to kind of maybe take a different route, but I love them. I think they're great. We are going to get that guy's necklace back, because I am going to go ahead and, well, actually, let me read this first. Fables of Faerun, version 3. Let's talk as, like, who's the boss around here? Are you the boss?
You don't look so tough. Mull fought off a hobgoblin all by herself.
Mull her? Maybe we want to talk to Mull. Who's this? Is this Mull? Come and talk to me. Child. Like, you could push her off if you were so inclined. But I'm not. I love her.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. I heard you helped Melly with that locket. I owe you for that.
Well, actually, I would like to have that locket back. I can pay you for it. Why are you running all these schemes and swindles? I like this one because, again, I am trying to teach them something here. You'd better keep the kids in check. They won't get off so lightly forever.
Is that a fact? I'll tell them to watch their step. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk.
I love her. Like, she's like, I'm having none of your bullshit, Missy. I know how I'm running my ring here. Why are you running all these schemes and swindles? It's risky, you know.
We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong?
I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I did. But if you drop it into this little panel at the top, we've now got everything in our inventory for free. Yes, you're taking advantage during bad times. There are words for folk like that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be like too judgy, because I don't think kids respect people who come down too hard on them. Kids respect people who are like on their level and treat them, you know, like a peer. You're going to get more respect from children if you approach them like that. If you're really judgy or you try and teach, you know, you're too bossy with them, they're just going to rebel. So I'm going to say, again, I want to keep these kids on side, and I feel like I've got a better chance of keeping them safe if they see me as a friend. So I'm going to say quite the opposite. I want to invest in the newest Thieves Guild on the Sword Coast and give her 20 gold.
Won't turn down free money. I've got operating costs you wouldn't believe. Come see me in the city sometime, huh? I'll repay this and then some. See you around, maybe.
Excuse me, I'm not done talking to you. Come back.
Coming. I had a feeling you'd be back.
Yeah, I want to trade with you, mate. I'm going to just ask if she's got anything to trade. And again, I want to help out these kids because, again, we don't know where this situation is going to go for them. We don't know if, you know, the goblins are going to attack, you know, the parents are going to get wiped out, the kids are going to have to flee and survive on their own. In that case, I want them to have money. I want them to have supplies, you know? So I am going to go ahead. I just gave my apple away, so I'm going to go ahead and buy an apple off her. It's worth 6. I'm going to give her, again, this doesn't really make a huge amount of difference gameplay wise. She is a trader, so, you know, we do want her on side, and she is a trader that can appear in Act 3 as well, depending on what we do. So, yeah, let's go ahead and rizz her up a little bit. Here we go, let's barter with her. She still doesn't like us. Elixir of Peerless Focus. Drink to gain advantage on concentration saves and advantage against being charmed. Magic can't put you to sleep. I don't really want that. Psychic resistance could come in very handy. Enlarge. Melts acid arrow. I'll take this psychic resistance as well. Gosh, that's quite expensive. Right, well, do you know what? I'm just gonna... You can have 200 for that. There you go, barter. Thanks,
Anything
Mole.
else?
No, we're good. We're good, Mole.
You've been a friend to us. Come back anytime.
Will do. Okay. So, I do have to get that guy's necklace back though. And I happen to know that it's in this box here. Now, if I open it, I'm going to be in trouble with them. So I'm going to just untoggle myself again, ungroup myself, and sneak over here. And hopefully do it without being noticed. So I'm going to take that, but at the same time... Oh my goodness, I'm not being quick enough. I'm not being quick enough. At the same time, I want to do a little trade. Oh, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. Stand up. I wasn't doing anything, Mole. Is she? Or is she distracted by the cat? Where did she go? I might be alright. Okay, I don't want to be on Mole's bad side, guys. Let's try this again. Move that over, open my inventory. I'm gonna take this, but I'm gonna give her all my little bits and bobs here, and she can sell those and get the money back for it. So again, stand up. Run away. You didn't see anything.
Slow down.
So we've got that guy's necklace back, basically. I didn't do it very gracefully, but it was his mum's necklace, and I feel like that's a fair trade. You know, the necklace itself is only worth 20 gold, and we've given her a ton of other jewelry that she can make use of. So yeah, I feel like that is a fair trade, and I feel like she'd respect us for that as well. Like, she'd respect that we've stolen from her, but in a way where she's better off for it, right? She'd find that funny, I think. She'd be like impressed by our skills, but also like we've not scammed her, we are a friend kind of thing. I think she'd like that. So let's go and take this necklace back to that guy. Not that he deserves it, because he's not very nice, but like I say, it's desperate times, and people can lose their temper when they're under a lot of stress. So, you know, we're not going to judge his entire personality based on this one interaction. And, you know, I want him to have his mum's necklace. Like, I care about that. So
that kid stole the one thing that means anything to me. Got nothing to say to you. You got nothing I want.
Oh, really? You mean this locket? How much is it worth to you?
How did you... All right, fine, I'll give you some coin for it.
Read his mind.
It's the last thing of Mum's I have. It's worth everything to me. What are you waiting for? I told you I'd give you some coin. Hand it over.
Forget the coin. The locket's yours. Take it. I was just winding you up. So you can exploit that and ask for more gold.
I don't know what to say. I know it's stupid. It's all I have of her is all. Kind of you, friend. Here's something for your troubles.
Heirloom, is it? Been in your family long?
Not long, matter of fact.
Not much of an heirloom then, unless there's a tale behind it, maybe. Hopefully we do this. No! Ah! Okay, I want the outcome. Let's go.
She stole it from a house she cleaned. All right. They didn't pay her much. They owed her a perk or two.
So let me get this straight. You're annoyed that somebody stole your stolen property. Actually, do you know what I'm going to say? Wherever it came from, at least it's something to remember her by.
Yeah. Thanks to you. Anyway, I should go. See you around.
It's like his mum got scammed by not being paid enough, so she scammed them by stealing the locket, and then he got scammed by stealing the locket. We scammed them by stealing it back. The scammer's locket is what that should be called. Alright, I think that is enough exploration of Druid's Grove from one day. Let me just have a... Do you know what? I think we should head back to camp. I think it's... We did fight a bugbear. I'm very low on spell slots, and if we're going to go and challenge these druids who are locking down the grove, I feel like I want to feel a bit more prepared for that. So we're going to go and head to camp. What I do want to do though is sort out my inventory a little bit and send some stuff to the appropriate people. Okay, I'm back. I've finished a little bit of inventory sorting. I'm going to continue to do this off camera at the end of the episode, but I just wanted to kind of assign everybody all these kind of like special magical items that we've got. So let me show you what I've done so far. So Cordia now has the adventurer's gear, which is going to give her a +3 to armor class. So you can see now her AC is 19. It's definitely a bit overpowered. It was 16. It goes up to 18. It also gives her Dauntless, which means she can't be frightened, and that means I don't think she's going to drop her weapons and things like that. And it gives her a +2 to dexterity saving throws and checks, which means she's more likely to be able to dodge attacks. Now this stacks with her Sorcerer's Cloak, which says while the wearer has mage armor, which Eye of the Storm is basically the equivalent of mage armor, each successful saving throw causes the source of the saving throw to take 1 to 4 lightning damage. So basically the robes mean, the clothing means that we're more likely to dodge attacks, and the cape means that when we dodge attacks we'll deal damage. I am going for a lightning theme for her. So she also has this sparkler which says when the wielder deals damage with a spell or cantrip, they gain 2 lightning charges. Now lightning charges are really, really cool because basically they stack up. It says if you have 5 charges, they are consumed by the next time you deal damage, and you deal an additional 1 to 8 lightning damage. So basically we store lightning in ourselves, and sometimes when we attack it will shunt all that as additional damage to the person attacking us or that we're attacking. So that's really, really cool. I've given her a sorcerer's diadem, so she has an extra healing word, and also she's got the gloves of missile snaring. She can intercept missiles from ranged weapon attacks, and she gets and reduces their damage by 1d10 to my dexterity modifier. My dexterity modifier is 14, so it's kind of average. I've also got these adventurer boots, which are mean that I can't be inwebbed, entangled, or ensnared. I thought that fit my character because she's a drow. She's used to being around spiderwebs, so it makes sense that she wouldn't be able to be inwebbed. And it also gives her acrobatics +2 and Misty Step, so all very, very useful things. I've also given her the Ring of Arcane Potency, which says that she deals additional damage equal to her charisma modifier. Now my charisma is 17, so it's really quite high, so I'm going to get a +3 to that. So my cantrips are basically going to deal an additional +3 damage because that's my charisma modifier. Well liked and well fortified means that we'll get temporary hit points, again equal to my charisma modifier. So I'm going to get 3 temporary hit points at the beginning of my turn. And also boost my armor class by 1. So I'm really looking very, very stacked right now. I'm looking really good. Let me show you Shadowheart now. So she hasn't changed much, but she does have this safeguard shield, which is boosting her armor class by 2, which is better than the shield she had. Gale now has some new sorcerer robes, which are going to give him the same advantages that I have. It's the same type of sorcerer robe. He's also got the similar boots. The reason why I chose these for Gale is because I want him to do a lot of stuff with ice, with him being, again, his name is Gale, so it makes sense that he's got like elemental magic, and so when he's using ice, I don't want him to slip on the ice that he's put down, so it made sense for him to have it. It also gives him Misty Step. I've given him this really cool rain dancer thing that means he can create water. Now what I'm hoping with this effect of being able to create water is that it makes people wet, and if I understand correctly, that means that when they're wet I might be able to damage them more with like lightning and cold spells, so I figured that was useful for him as a tactic. He has the best shield that I have currently, which gives him a +3 to armor class because again he goes down quite easily, so he needs that extra AC. And he has the Ring of the Weave, which means that he gets a +1 bonus to spell save DC and attack rolls. So if he's and also what I really like for Gale with this is not only does it boost his armor class by 2, it also gives him 1 to 6 temporary hit points every time he succeeds a saving throw. So again, that is just going to really help keep Gale up and keep him alive. I really like that for him. So he does still have the Watcher's Guide in his inventory. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that yet. And then if I go over to Will as well, Will just has a decent short bow, and that's all he really got out. Oh, and he got one of the old shields off one of the other characters, again just boosting his AC a little bit, so he doesn't have too much right now. I think now is a good time to jump over to team 2. Okay, so you can see Dirge also has some sorcerer robes on. Again, does the same as Cordia and Gale's robes, with him being the sorcerer, so that's his whole thing. I'm just going to switch back though to this outfit because I think it suits him a little bit better. I've decided I am going to give him all the necromancy stuff, and I normally give it to Shadowheart, but I think I want him to be my necromancer in this playthrough, so he's still got the Amulet of Lost Voices. He has the short sword that Astarion was using. He's not proficient in it, is he not? I thought he was. Okay, fine. Have some daggers then if you're not proficient in short swords. Oh dear. So he's got 2 daggers, I guess. I definitely want to keep working on what I want to do with Dirge and how I want him to deal more damage. So I'm going to kind of figure that out in the future. For now, he's got the Spell Sprinkler. It gives him additional lightning charges, which again is that thing that can get stored and then deal extra damage. Again, he is also a sorcerer, so it makes sense, I guess. I couldn't dual wield it, so basically I just gave it Dirge. He has got this Spell Thief bow though. He's not proficient with it. I really need to work on his proficiency. I think I'm going to kind of respec him, but I'll figure out what I want to do ready for the next episode with Dirge. For now though, I've given him Spell Thief, which means that when he lands a critical hit, he regains a spell slot. So the likelihood of him doing a critical hit is not that high because he's not proficient in it, but that's what he's got. That's what he's got going for him. Astarion currently has the Dragon's Grasp as his offhand weapon, which deals additional slashing damage to burning targets. I figured him and Karlach might be able to team up, with Karlach dealing fire damage and him then being able to take advantage of that possibly, but I think we can probably get Astarion some more better weapons down the road as well. I'm giving him a lot of my poison stuff, and I'm giving him a lot of the arrows to carry for now, just for the time being. He has one of the best bows in the game though. He's got the hunting short bow, which gives us hunting mark and gives us advantage against monstrosities, so that is a really decent, at least a decent starter game bow. Jumping over to Lae'zel then. Lae'zel's got some modded camp clothing on. I really like this outfit on her. She's got the sorcerer's circlet because I don't know, I feel like it kind of fits her vibe. I think it matches her armor. It looks good. And what else does she have? She has some new camp boots as well. And she's got the Everburn blade. So this is the blade that Dirge got off the Cambion aboard the not Githyanki ship, aboard the Mind Flayer ship. So he's passed that on to her now because she can handle it. It's a great sword. She can do a lot of damage with that. She's also got a heavy crossbow +1. Karlach is currently wielding the Greatsword +1, does a decent bit of damage, and she's also got the Ring of Flinging, which means that she deals an extra 1d4 of bonus damage to throw damage. I do want to give her some... She's got a lot of strength, and I do like the idea of her being like a barbarian. She throws stuff a lot. Karlach has the fur collar breastplate, which gives her grievous retribution, which means that she can gain a wrath every time an enemy damages her, and that means that she's going to deal an extra +1 bonus damage to other people when she uses melee weapons, which she is a melee fighter, so that suits her really well. Also, with her being a barbarian, rage is really important, and she's got Slabjaw determination. She gets 15 temporary hit points, so that stacks on top of her normal health whenever she rages. So again, she is a barbarian, so she's going to be raging a lot. Really helps her. And she's got Unwavering Bull. You cannot be pushed against your will, and you have advantage on saving throws against being restrained. Very cool. And this also gives her Hell Crawler, which means she can teleport to an area and deal an additional 2 to 16 fire damage when she lands. The impact blast spreads in a 3-meter zone, so basically she can teleport and deal ranged like fire damage. So again, it suits her really well. She spent a lot of time in the Hells. I feel like that is perfect for her. And we can also level Karlach up, so let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so this is her new armor. I do feel like I want to probably dye it or recolor it or something like that. It's not my favourite look for her, but yeah, let's keep going. So, Reckless Attack. I don't feel like I want Reckless Attack just yet. Danger Sense. I think what I want to do with Karlach, I definitely want to give her at least 1 level of Monk, because this gives her, as a bonus action, Flurry of Blows. And she can deal quite a lot of, again, like, because we can take advantage of her high strength and high dexterity as well. I feel like maybe we need to give her things that add dexterity to her. But yeah, Flurry of Blows as a bonus action could potentially be really strong for Karlach. So I want to take that. And it gives her all these cool class features. Unarmored defense we don't have to worry about because she's always going to have armor. But dexterous attack, we need to get her dexterity up, I think. But yeah, I really want that bonus action Flurry of Blows for her. Very cool. And then if we give her another level of Monk, Patient Defense, Step of the Wind Dash, Disengage, Unarmored Movement. She is going to be wearing armor though. I think what I want to do as my 3rd level right now, I really want to multi-class her, and I'm going to pick Fighter because it means that I can pick a fighting style for her, and I can choose great weapon fighting. She is using that great axe, so it suits her. And it says when you roll a 1 or a 2 on the damage die for an attack with a 2-handed melee weapon, that die is re-rolled once. So basically I can't get a really low fail. If I roll a 1, that's like a critical fail basically. So if I roll a natural 1, it's going to let me re-roll so that I can potentially save from that thing. So yeah, I'm going to pick that for her. I think that's going to be most helpful. Okay, so let's have a bit of chitter chatter. So again, like, bit of a recap with Karlach. Will is chasing her. He believes her to be a devil working for Zariel, but actually she's kind of a victim of Zariel. And yeah, we'll learn more about her now, I think. Let's have a chat.
Soldier.
I want to say about those paladins you want us to confront.
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
In your expert opinion, what is the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
All right, duly noted. I need to remember to do his voice. I didn't do his voice then. So those paladins, she said, are up the hill over here. At this point, I feel like Dirge wouldn't fully trust her, right? He's only just met her. He's like, maybe I want to go and see what the deal is with this. Yeah, let's head back over there. Let's get some Murgrass. I think there's a few little bits and bobs around here. Some belladonna, some more Murgrass to pick up. And we'll also check this pile of bones. Please. Okay. We got the toll house key, so we'll head up. We don't want to go through this tunnel. We want to go right towards this ladder. But before I do, there's a body here, and I want to use my Speak with the Dead on it. I'm actually just going to go ahead and go to my spells to common, and I'm going to grab the spell and just put it in a better position on my hotbar so I can access it a bit more easily. I can never find it.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Okay, what's Dirge's voice? Who are you?
Vance. Toll collector.
How did you die?
Jumped. To escape. Broken.
Escape what, though? Do you have any valuables?
Gold. Basement. Locked.
We've got the toll house key, so we don't need to ask that. Where were you heading?
Anywhere. Away. Safety.
Again, we're not quite sure if we can trust Carl. Like, I want to kind of get the full story of what's going on with this place. So I've just ungrouped her for a second. We're going to go and kind of investigate before we ask her to come along. So definitely this place has been attacked. It's not looking great.
Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
Gnolls, you say? Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna come and do all this looting off camera. Basically, I just want all these like gnoll ears. Ooh, arrow of ice. Like, we'll take it. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of loot all these bodies off camera. Because there's quite a lot of them, but we definitely want those gnoll ears for like the potions of speed. Okay, so it looks like gnolls attacked. The gnolls have been all killed. The toll house collector didn't mention gnolls, he mentioned goblins. Not too sure what's going on with that, but let's talk to this lady Cyril.
I should speak up.
See who she is.
Need any supplies? We've fewer mouths to feed now.
What happened to you?
The Lord of Justice sent us after a devil haunting this area. We squared off against her. We lost. Talk to Anders if you want the details. I don't have it in me to recount the horror.
I don't know, we've got goblins, gnolls, the toll house people who just seem like they were innocently hanging out here. Got these guys. What went down here exactly? How many did you lose?
2. Both stalwarts of Tyr, sworn to uphold justice.
Let's see what you've got to trade. Okay, again, top tip here. I'm going to go ahead and give her the burlap sack. We're not going to trade with her just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and put everything she has in her inventory into a sack and just leave it in her inventory temporarily. And I'll explain why I've done that later.
In Tyr's name.
Okay. So she's saying she's a paladin. She's trying to hunt she's trying to hunt Karlach. Karlach's a devil. We've met Karlach. She seems really nice. I don't know. Devils play tricks. Let's get some more information and you speak with the dead on this guy here. Refugee, it says.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Infernal servant. So long I've forgotten. Why?
How did you die?
Zariel's brute destroyed me.
That's Karlach. That's Karlach. So Karlach did kill him, but he's just said he's an infernal servant too. So you killed a pack of gnolls. How?
The pact. Power.
Pact, you say? A pact. Which devil did you deal with?
Fallen. Lady Zariel.
Why would you sign a pact with a devil?
Power. Strength.
Okay.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Okay, so we've determined that Zariel was telling the truth. These paladins are not just good people who are hunting down a devil. They are minions of Zariel, and they signed a pact with her to get power. So we know now that there's definitely more happening here than meets the eye. I'm gonna just go back out of this room, I think. Close this door, and then do you know what, Karlach? Come and join us. I think it's time that we confront these people. Let's go around this way though, and we'll go in through this door. I also just, again, like, you know, there's a whole thing about Dirge liking to play with dead bodies. I'm just gonna grab a severed leg because I have my reasons, which I will explain a lot later in the game. Like, we're talking maybe like Act 3. I'll explain why I picked my severed leg. But yeah, let's go and confront these people, and you know.
Nothing we need to worry about.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
Home to the hells? Assess his posture, his eyes. Is he telling the truth? We know he's not telling the truth. You can drop the act. I know you're servants of Zariel.
Zariel? Certainly not. We serve Tyr, Lord of Justice, and no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our gods, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Oh! There you go. She just used Hunter's Mark. So on Lae'zel, I think. Right, what I want to do... can I get us into a bit of a huddle here? Everyone but Karlach can move right now. So what I'm going to do is just get everybody into a quick huddle. Awaits. As close as I can to get them together. And that's you as well, Astarion, please. Everybody come and huddle. And then we're going to drop a potion of speed. Do I have one on me? I do not. It's okay. I can get one out of Cordia's inventory. There we go. Dirge, have that potion of speed. Perfect. Let's go here. And we're going to drop that. And you saw me do this technique at the goblin camp. I'm going to put that right in between all of us. And then fingers crossed, if I hit this, we're all going to get it. I'm going to do it with Astarion because he actually already has 2 bonus actions from being a rogue. So I'm just going to use his offhand attack to smash that, hopefully, if I can hit it. I don't want to hit Karlach. I can't get the angle right. And fingers crossed we all get potions of speed. I did. 3 of us did. It's just Lae'zel that didn't get it. Okay, cool. Alright, Dirge.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Let's go. So he now has 2 actions and his bonus action. So this is looking pretty good. And we've got more movement speed. So I can run right up to this guy.
These boots have seen
it's a shame I can't use Frost Breath because I could have got them both with that. Can I sneak attack him? I can't sneak attack him. Okay. Can I... what's going to be the strongest thing for me to do? Do you know what? Actually, Ice Knife. I'm going to Ice Knife him. I've got 30% chance of hitting, 25% chance of hitting. That's not very high, to be honest. True Strike. Advantage on your next attack roll. I'm going to do that. True Strike on this guy, on Anders. Because he's pretty tough and I really want to make sure I hit him. And that gives me advantage. Does that mean I can actually sneak attack him though now? No, Ice Knife is going to do more damage and it's going to damage both of them. And that's now got up to 55%. So fingers crossed this works. Okay, cool. I don't know why I ran up to him, but I did. Let's follow up with our 60% chance of hitting him with our dagger. Oh, crit! We crit hit him. Nice. He's taken half damage just by Dirge. Okay, really nice. I can't get away without provoking an attack of opportunity, so I'm going to end turn.
Time to strike.
Okay, unfortunately, Lae'zel didn't get the extra action, and she hasn't currently got her action surge. She needs to short rest. I should have done that beforehand, and I didn't think. Is there anything I can dip my weapon on? Is there any fire anywhere? Like any candles? There's this, but... I think we're just going to have to go in with... The best I can do, I think, at this range is just hitting him with a range attack. So I'm going to go ahead and... You know what? This one that is like a piercing shot. Let's do that on him. And she missed, unfortunately. Do you know what? Let's just get in there. Let's just get inside. And yeah, we can heal a little bit. Second wind. She did take some damage. Okay. Sorry, Lae'zel, that you didn't get the bonus action. The bonus action? That doesn't make sense. Okay, what I want to do with Astarion is cunning. Do I already have advantage? I do. 65%. Let's go. On a sneak attack. That's it. He hit him. Crit. Oh my goodness. That is brilliant because that guy does so much damage. He's a paladin and he hits really, really hard. He is a paladin. He's just not a good paladin. Right, let's get in. Why do I only have 1? I thought I had 2. Oh, wait. What? I thought I had an extra attack. Do you know what, lady? You like Hunter's Mark. I'm going to Hunter's Mark you. There we go. See how you like it. Okay, end turn. Okay, this is the trader that we spoke to. Whole person, that's not good. That means they get advantage on attack rolls on me, I think. Okay, we're going to have to use an action to jump to get in here, unfortunately. A bonus action even, but that's not too bad. Let's go and get this lady. 60% chance of hitting. Oh, I should have raged, but I needed to jump. I couldn't do it. Okay, let's go and hit her. That was alright. That wasn't too bad. A little bit of damage. We can hit her again. Cleave. Lacerate. Let's make her bleed. There we go. Then she's going to take damage at the start of her next turn, I think, with bleeding. I can't... Oh, I can move. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to huddle because... That's not going to be good for us. I'm going to move a little bit closer this way to this lady. Okay, what are you going to do? Oh, sorry, the camera angles aren't great here. She's getting some high ground. Okay. Right, Lae'zel. The good thing about Lae'zel is she is a Githyanki. She can jump quite high. So I can just get her to jump up here like this. And then she's right next to her. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just, I guess, straight up hit her. We've already cleaved her, so... There we go. That fire sword making a big difference. Perfect. All right, Lae'zel, I guess just hang out up here. And you can drop down if necessary. Okay, Astarion. So this lady is currently just out of sight. Can I sneak attack on her? No. Okay, what if I hide as a bonus action?
See me?
Can I sneak attack her now? %98% chance of hitting. Path is interrupted though. Let's go. Let's just get closer. Hopefully she won't see us and we won't lose that advantage. Oh, I can't have disadvantage? Why do I have disadvantage now? Wow, I see how it is game. Okay, fine. Hamstring shot. I can't hit her? Why not? Wait, there we go. 85% on a hamstring shot. Good job. Okay, and his other bonus action. I can't quite reach her. I don't think I need to dip or anything like that. Stand your ground, Astarion, it's fine. Actually, just go ahead. Is he already hidden? Just hide again. There you go. Rude. What do you mean? Oh, she's looking, detecting presence. She's looking for Astarion because she couldn't see him. Okay, can we get all the way up to her? We can. All right, let's finish this. 16. I'm gonna do Flurry of Blows just because I enjoy it, I think.
Boom.
Nice. And then we'll finish her off with our main hand attack. We missed, but that's okay. We've got that additional action from the Potion of Speed.
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
I'm gonna say, Zariel won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
All right, moment of madness. We need to just get out of here because, yeah, Karlach is having a moment. I'm just gonna ungroup her. Oh, I'm incapacitated. Why am I incapacitated? What did she do? Let me get out of the way. Because she sets fire to everything. Let me just give everybody a short rest to keep them alive. And we can just enjoy Karlach tearing up the place and absolutely raging. Smashing everything she can.
Just try it, sorry.
Yeah, she's really mad. She's got some pent-up anger in there. I don't know if you can tell. Again, we'll find out more about her story in a minute, and yeah, it's pretty tough. That ought to do it. She's calmed down now. She's okay. The fires are going out. I think it might be safe to return.
Stopped me yet.
Okay, Astarion, you can probably stop creeping now. I don't think you need to hide anymore. I'm just going to use my other short rest just to give Dirge that boost. Alright, nice. Let's go and have a chat with Karlach about what was all that about, Karlach?
What's up for discussion?
Whew.
Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Hot.
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down.
Right, he wouldn't know. They haven't been in the Druid's Grove, so they don't know about Damon, who said to us that he is an infernal mechanic. So he doesn't know that. So we're not going to say that. We're going to say, how the hells did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance. And a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Okay, what we would know, again, we don't know Damon, but he would be able to say, he would know that there's tieflings in the Druid's Grove and that they have some knowledge of infernal stuff. They've been to the Nine Hells, so, you know, being part of Elturel that fell into the Nine Hells, so he would be like, there are some tieflings holed up in a Druid's Grove nearby, we might look there.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
So again, like, she's been used as a bit of a guinea pig by Zariel. Absolutely hates her. Again, just a little bit of backstory. So Zariel is the archdevil of the first of the Nine Hells, and this is where the Blood War is raging. Now, in D&D, there is a difference between devils and demons. Devils are lawful evil, so they do, even though they're evil, they do have like sets of rules, they do have a hierarchy, they do have structure to their society. Demons are chaotic evil, so they are whoever can hit hardest wins. They are much more monstrous in a lot of different ways, yeah, devils and demons do not get on, and they're involved in this like really long ongoing war called the Blood War, and Zariel, the archdevil, is in charge of fighting on the devil's side, basically. So it does make sense that she's like, I've got this idea for making a kind of super soldier. I need someone to do this on. Unfortunately, it was Karlach, and it wasn't voluntary, and she chose her because she had a high pain threshold. So she's basically replaced her heart with an infernal engine, which is why she burns so hot and why she has all this rage. But it also gives her a lot of power, and it makes her a really awesome fighter. Again, this was done against her will, so she's really not happy about it. And yeah, she doesn't want to go back there. She doesn't want to be used as an involuntary soldier, basically, in this blood war. She wants her freedom, and she wants to live her life. So we're gonna help her out. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do for Karlach. And her story, I think, is one of the most heartbreaking stories in the entire game. But, you know, we're gonna have some fun with us. So yeah, we're gonna raid this place. I'm gonna do a lot of it off camera, I think. But there's a few things that I do want to show you on camera. So this main guy, Anders, who, again, I'll put in a clip of him hitting my character so hard. He really does do a lot of damage, and he's got multi-attacks as a paladin, so definitely interested in getting a few paladins on the team. But he has this really cool sword, the Sword of Justice, and it gives you tears protection. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and give that Lae'zel at this point, even though she's got a really awesome fire sword. Also, if we go over to the lady who was the trader, she was very unfortunately placed.
What's hiding here?
Yeah, if we go over to her, The reason why I put all her items in that burlap sack is because when a trader dies, I think only about, say, like 3 to 5 of their items, and it's the ones that are like the highest value, I believe, show up in their inventory. So we wanted to guarantee that we got everything out of her inventory when she died, so that's why I put it in the sack, because now we have everything. So another top tip there, if you're planning on killing a trader, do that. There's also this supply pack which we definitely want to grab, because that is worth 40 camp supplies, so that's a full long rest, which we're going to need to take after this. Let's go and check out the other body, which is this lady up here, Trin. Oh, luckily we still got the ladder. Every time I've done this so far, Karlach smashes up the ladder. And I have to jump up onto this ledge. We've got some stuff we can sell there. Anything in this cupboard, bit of camp supplies. Let's have a look at this book. Oh, so it's talking about gnolls. Okay, I'm going to read this. Actually, do you know what? I might save that for another day. Yeah, because there's definitely gnolls in the area. Candle, can I take this candle? No, I can't. I really want some candles. I can't seem to find any that I can put in my inventory. So there's more stuff around. Definitely worth looting the entire place. Again, I'm just going to pick a few things out. So out here, on the floor, and this kind of like... sort of where we first came in and we spoke to that guy and we climbed up the ladder. There's another ladder you can climb up to get on the roof, and there is actually a soul coin on the floor. So I'm going to grab that. And there's a little book hidden here as well I just also want to grab. Just to show you there's a few like hidden things. Yeah, I'm going to... Oops, I can't click on it. I can't click on it. I'm going to grab that to sell. And then let's go back down. So in the main room where we talk to that guy, oh, are you okay? There's this trapdoor, this wooden hatch. Now you can always go down here.
The rot of death. Delightful.
Okay, I don't know where Karlach is. Can she... I guess we've left her upstairs. That's okay. We'll go back and get her. There's another guy we can speak on with the dead on down here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Toll collector, Martin.
I feel bad for the toll collectors. They were just minding their own business. I mean, they were toll collectors though, so maybe they weren't the most popular people in Faerun. How did you die?
Goblins. Laughing. Cutting.
The goblins are a menace. We're definitely going to clear the area of goblins. Why were you in the basement?
Hiding. Frightened.
Were you alone when you died?
Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Oh, you just couldn't get away, I guess. Okay, yeah, a lot of crates and things down here. If you're in need of a shield, there's a good one there. I am going to probably pick up a few crates as well, just because they can be useful. You can actually climb on these. So sometimes if you need to get to somewhere or you need to get a bit of height, it's useful to have a couple of crates in your inventory. So again, off camera, I'm going to loot the entire place. There's like camp supplies and things in here, but what I'm interested in the most to show you on camera is this door here, this vault door. Now I picked up the toll key in the last episode at the near where we found Karlach, so again I'll put a clip of that in so you can see. So we need to watch out over here because there is a key somewhere that we need to pick up. There it is, toll collector's key. Let's grab it.
A key? Wonder what it opens.
And yeah, we can get in here, we can get in this vault door. Now, we're going to have to be careful because if I just ungroup Dirge...
Just out of view.
There are traps in here. So again, I'm probably going to do this off camera. I'm just going to go around and kind of pick up everything there is to find in this room. But again, I just want to show you a few things on camera first. So if we go through this iron gates and very carefully work our way around. Again, a big room. We can definitely explore this, everything there is to discover in here. Again, lots of camp supplies. Now, you don't necessarily want to pick up every single bottle, but some of them, if it says it's wine or it's, you know, that is going to be a camp supply, so definitely worth grabbing. Now, this wall over here is a false wall, and the way to open it up is by sitting on these chairs, basically. So you can go ahead and you can get your characters to sit on.
There's a pressure plate in the chair, but I'm missing something.
So you can basically get 2 of your characters to come here and sit on these chairs, and that's going to open that wall. Another thing you can do is get an object and put it on the chair like this. And that's going to be enough to activate it. And that just saves you, with this room having a lot of traps in it, it's just going to save you kind of getting anyone into any trouble. The more people in there, the more likely you are to set off a trap. So I like to just do it with the vases. Oh, another trap.
With corpses. Build my castle with bones.
There we go. And then this room has some interesting items in. It's got a treasure chest in here with some gold. Let's have a look at this book, A Pleasurable Deal. There you go, you can have a read of that if you want to. Again, I'm going to come back and kind of loot all this myself. Some armor and things in here. So this is why I wanted to come in here. In this chest in the back corner of the secret room, you get the Gloves of Heroism, Warding Hands. When you use your Channel Oath spells, you gain Heroism. Now, Channel Oath is actually a feature of Paladins. So we don't currently have a Paladin on the team, but maybe we're going to look at kind of multi-classing Will as a Paladin. He really, like, he has that whole, I'm a hero, I tell my stories, like, I don't know, I could definitely see Will as a Paladin, but again, we're gonna level up Will in a different episode, I think. So for now, I'm just gonna send those over to him and he can be our Paladin. So back here as well on this shelf where all these gold piles are, if I kind of put this candle on, there's also, really hard to see, but there's potions of greater healing. Again, you can press the Alt key and anything important is going to kind of, well, not everything, but it is going to highlight some things for you. Bronze necklace there. Can I take this candle? I want a candle. Why can't I find any candles right now? But what I think I want to do now is head back to camp and long rest, because do you know what? It's been a long day. Everybody's a little bit tired. People have lost spell slots. And I think we need a long rest.
This whole plane reeks of it.
Oh,
that'll wake you up of a fine day, won't it?
But Carla
I
has
do not need awakening. My senses are sharp as steel.
I love the natter between them. Carla has something else she wants to say though, so let's have a quick chat.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
Aren't you afraid this is going to overload your engine? I like this answer. I feel like it's a bit more dirge. Got a coin slot in your heart or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time we're in battle, I'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
Me? Volunteer. Ugh, okay. So, yeah, I think we need to head back to camp right now. And we're going to meet Team A. What I'm going to say is going to happen is that, you know, Cordia got back to camp and was like, where is everybody? Where's Astarion? Where's Lae'zel? Where did they go? And so they're going to show back up and Cordia's going to be relieved. She's like, oh my goodness, I thought you'd left. I thought you'd abandoned me. And then, you know, she's going to be like, oh, you've brought new people. And that's why Cordia is going to meet Dirge. And that's why Cordia is going to meet Karlach. But then I don't know what Will is going to think about that. So let's go ahead to camp. And yeah. Wait, why is it just him? Where's everybody else?
Is this your first time on the Sword Coast, Lae'zel?
Yes. It is much more lively than the Githyanki slates led me to believe.
Just wait till you see Baldur's Gate. You'll never want to leave.
Oh, so there we go. So we can say that, you know, as well, like, I'm going to say Astarion is like, oh, I've met this guy, he's called Dirge, he's a great fighter, he's really going to help us out. And I've met this barbarian called Karlach, she's really friendly and nice, and, you know, we're not scared of her at all. Like, you know, and then, you know, he's definitely going to be like, and I think Cordy would trust Astarion. She'd be like, if you vouch for them, then absolutely, like, the more the merrier. You know, that's her kind of thing. So yeah, she would just accept them. And then as well, like, learning that Karlach is from Baldur's Gate, I think Cordy would be really interested in that. She'd be like, oh, so tell me more about yourself and more about Baldur's Gate. But I'm going to say that when we go back to camp, it's nighttime. So I'm going to skip to the next cutscene, I think. Uh-oh.
One horn, the stink of Avernus, advocatus diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The blade of frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach, the archdevil Zariel's gladiator, come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
I mean, maybe not on purpose, maybe accidentally, just don't make her mad. Right, at the moment it's chosen for me to be Cordia. So how would Cordia react in this? She doesn't know Karlach very well. I think she'd say, the two of you've met before, I see. Like, now she's realising that Karlach is the person that Will's been hunting.
If by met you mean hoofing it through the hells with this fucker on my tail.
Shut it, devil. I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof, clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Okay, so Cordia's point of view, she has been told by Will that there's this devil that he's been trying to track down. You know, Astarion shows up like, hey, I've made a new friend. And then it turns out it's the devil that Will was fighting. She saw that firsthand that she was fighting in the Blood War. So she's like, oh my God, it's true. She's the devil. And then the second vision, it's like, oh, she's a victim. So she's going to say, she doesn't know that she's not a danger. But she would say, she saw that she's a victim, so she would say, be practical, she's infected, same as us, we need allies, not enemies.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
So it's hard for him to break out of that belief that he had. You saw Karlach's thoughts. She poses no threat to the Sword Coast. That's not true, but that's what she's saying.
You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
You definitely 180'd really quick there. It's like, you're my best friend now. Yeah, I understand what was going through with Will there. Like, when we find out more about his story, it will make more sense. But basically, he had this belief, he had this mission that he was trying to fulfill. He was told one thing, and then and it was kind of like who he was, right? It's like, this is my life, it's hunting down this devil. And then confronted with the truth that she's a victim of Zariel, not an agent of Zariel. You know, very quickly he's kind of, at first he had denial, because it's like that whole truth of who he is and his whole mission was crumbling before his eyes, so he's in a state of panic. But then, you know, he calmed down, he realised that he was wrong and that he'd also been lied to and that he'd been tricked. So yeah, definitely going to get more questions about that. Okay, so I want to learn more information about Karlach. What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
You must be pent up.
I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, and start making up for lost time. But not today.
So I want to keep bonding with her. I'm going to say, now those paladins are out of your way, what's next on your agenda?
First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right?
So again, he doesn't know anyone, so I'm gonna say this isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you? I'm rizzing her up, basically.
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
Oh, what are his options here? So again, he doesn't remember anything. This is all there has ever been. I remember only snippets of red. I think my home is somewhere in Baldur's Gate. Perhaps I'll find someone where to belong there. I know little of this world that I've forgotten. There is so much to see. You know, I can't remember anything before the Nautiloid, and I don't know if I want to. I'm going to say... So again, he's experiencing a different way of being right now. Like, getting close to people, starting to care for people. Like, at first it's a survival thing, right? I care for my team. Like, I want to have powerful people working alongside me so that I can survive this thing. But I feel like he's starting to care. It's like his empathy trigger has been turned on through this whole process. So he's going to open up. He's going to say, this is all that has ever been. I remember only snippets of red.
It'll come back to you. Maybe you'll recognize something we passed, or maybe we'll find out what happened to you. I get the feeling we've got a long road ahead of us. I hope we find you some answers along the way.
So he's going to open up a little bit more. He's going to say, I've no memories of where I come from, of who I really am. Is this part of the Semeramorphosis?
I don't think so. At least, I still remember everything. In more detail than I wish. But, as for what's going on in your mind, and maybe in mine, I'm certain there are answers out there. We'll find them together.
He likes the sound of that, finding them together. It's like he's never had together before. Like, technically speaking, and I know Dirge's backstory, he has had alliances. Maybe they didn't work out so well, so it's feeling nice to have a friend, I think. And he's going to open up a bit more. He's going to say, I am drawn to violence, to blood, obsessions that could become compulsions. He kind of wants help.
Well, look, you've said it. Right out loud. That takes guts. The guts you'll need to change. Or at least make sure you're channeled in the right direction. I've got enough enemies who could do with a good bloodletting, you know?
Again, similar advice to Lae'zel. She's like, hey, we can find you some goblins. Okay, nice. So I'm going to leave that there for Dirge, but I'm going to have... She stood right behind him the whole time. You couldn't see, though, because like, look at the size difference of these two. Okay, I think now is a good time to talk to Karlach and just kind of check out what's going on. So, hey, what's up, girl?
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach.
Does it? You're pretty loud. I'm glad he's joined us too. I'm glad you two could make peace.
Same. Now, instead of a liability, I've got a friend. Or I will have soon, anyway.
Oh, I feel like Cordia would want to know a little bit more about Karlach, so I'm going to click on her again.
Soldier.
She's going to want more information. So not only do you have this thing in your chest, but it's burning up.
That's the short of it. Bloody thing's been in overdrive since I left Avernus.
How did you end up with a contraption in your chest?
The year? 10 air. The place? A sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero? Karlach. A knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
You mentioned a boss who gave you to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
I met someone who might be able to help you. A smith who worked in the Hells for a long time.
Well now, maybe I could make his acquaintance. A tightened screw or two might let me keep a little calmer. Maybe even manage a pat or bump without burning someone to death. It's been a long time.
So, there we go. Like, we have a plan for the next episode to go and speak to Dammon, take Karlach with us, and see if we can do anything about this heart of hers. Let's have a quick chat, though. I want to see what people think about that whole situation between Will and Karlach. I think they're probably going to have some comments.
It seems like Will and Karlach will play nice from now on. Saves us having to pick sides.
Yeah, if only I can get you and Lae'zel to play nice together, you know? Like, take a leaf out of their book. Stop griping at each other. Okay, let's go around this way. Let's see what Astarion has to say about the whole situation.
Nothing like a little camp drama to spice up the evening. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
He's so naughty. Lae'zel, what do you have to say?
Good thing for Will that Karlach called a truce. A tiefling that mighty would shred him to pieces and burn the remains. Now, what did you need?
Again, learn about this. We will speak to Will as well, but let's go to Gale quickly. Will really wants to talk.
Thank goodness that's all dealt with. The odds are stacked high enough against us already. They'll need to turn on each other.
Okay, let's go ahead and speak to Will finally.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly, Will.
It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Okay. Bit of a worry. Seems like there's consequences to Will not fulfilling his side of this deal, to not completing his assignment. Again, he gives paladin energy to me because, like, paladins, they have like an oath. They swear an oath. So I think I will make Will a paladin, but not yet. Not yet. We need to find out more about his story first. I think that is probably it for the end of this episode. I'm probably gonna sleep. He looks so cool. I think I'm probably gonna sleep, and yeah, we'll long rest and we'll see what
no time to rest
happens in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get Dirge to bed. Again, in between episodes, I am going to sort out the inventory a little bit more. I am going to go back to the toll house and just kind of like clean it out, get all those hyena ears, you know, go through all those barrels. I'm just going to get everything of use and kind of sort it out. But I don't think you guys need to see me do that. And then in the next episode, it's back to Druid's Grove, and we're going to see if we can sort out Karlach's heart and speak to Damon and yeah, see what we can do about that. We also need to go and speak to the druids, because the druids are the ones who are locking down the grove and kicking the tieflings out basically, and we don't want that to happen. So yeah, we'll go and see if we can intervene with that whole process a little bit as well. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your support, because I love this game so much and I'm kind of committed to doing the full playthrough. Yeah, if you've got any tips or anything you want to see more of, anything you want to see less of, let me know. And yeah, I keep those comments coming, really appreciate them, both on TikTok and on YouTube. I really love to read them and see that engagement. I'm gonna go. Do take care. I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.
I'm about to go off like a weapon, fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex, haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a